An analysis by the Pew Research Center has found that people aged between 18 and 34 are less likely to live apart from family members than they used to be. The United States Census Bureau reports that more than 20 million adults of that age period are staying with their parents or other relatives. For many, living with their parents is the simplest way to save money. Although the unemployment rate for young adults in the United States dropped to 7.7% this year from 12.4% in 2010, study found that young adults with college degrees are more likely to live with their families. But there are also those who believe that living on their own is necessary life experience.
I mean, when I was 18, I went out and I got my own apartment because I think it's important to see what life is really like, life experience. Living with your parents is like a cocoon. It's like going to college. Sooner or later you have to go out and get a job. You can't stay in college forever. So living at home to me is like that. I think I really support, even if my parents want me to stay at home, even though maybe live in an apartment with like 4 or 5 other students because of the experience. Because you have to struggle. It's great that you don't have to pay rent, but in the long term, it wasn't healthy for me.
But Sheila admits that job market is tough today.
I mean, my experience is that it's not as easy as, what the data is showing. Even though, the job market, the rate is like so low. I think it's deceiving. I mean, a lot of young kids, they can probably get, work maybe at Starbucks and places like that. But, good jobs, they're hard to come by because I think people are looking for kids with more practical experience.
With house rents rising in big cities like New York, San Francisco and Los Angeles, moving into apartments means higher costs and makes it harder for young people to save for a future home. But living with parents would cover some slack.
I think that's really up to the kids themselves and the parents. Do I support it? I mean, sure. Why? I mean, if the parents like to have the kids around and the kids need some help getting on their feet, that's totally fine.
I think it depends on the situation. I think it's obviously important to get out and go on your own, but with student debt as high as it is now and how hard it is to get started, I think it's fine to go back for a little bit as long as you're not completely dependent on them.
Another burden that many students are shouldering is the student loan debt. A Harvard report shows that the average amount of student loan debt among young adults between 25 to 34 reached $30,700 in 2013, up by 50% from that in 2024.